Hello, I'm Christian Maltes.
My name is Jodley Angrand.
Our problem question was that we chose to investigate the difference between growing plants in Martian regolith and growing plants in soil.
According to Jodley's experiment, he was able to grow and germinate his plants in a Martian stimulant for a period of 30 days.
The materials we used were a beaker, a pipette, a 12-inch ruler, water, Martian regolith, soil, small pots, and an LED lamp.
The first step of our experiment was we poured the Martian regolith in the potting soil at a depth of 3 inches in the small pots. After we did this, we placed the radish seeds in the Martian regolith and the potting soil at a depth of 1.5 inch from the top. After we did that, we watered the plants 15 to 20 milliliters of water, depending on how dry or how wet the Martian regolith or the potting soil was. The data for our experiment was in an experimental group, the Martian regolith, the plants grew at an average height of 5.35 inches. However, in the control group, the potting soil, the average height of the plants was 6.75, creating an 0.6 difference in height. Therefore, our hypothesis supported that there would be little to no difference in the plant's heights. However, only 4 out of the 18 plants grew. This might have been caused because of the lack of natural sunlight for the plants.
Our conclusion was that we believe growing plants in Martian regolith has no effect on plant growth. But this could be wrong because our project was limited on the amount of time we had to grow plants and how many plants we had. Some limitations we had was that we were not in a lab, so our data wasn't that accurate. Another limitation we had was that we didn't have a big enough sample size, so our data wasn't also that accurate. Lastly, we did this during the winter, so the plants didn't have much of natural sunlight to grow, and we had to buy a UV lamp, and it was not as effective as natural sunlight.
In the future, we might want to study and expand our knowledge of growing plants in Martian regolith. You would do this by, of course, having a larger sample size. Instead of 18 plants, expanded it to 25, and we would like to have different plants instead of just using radish plants. You could like to use potatoes and other vegetables. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. Comments, questions, or concerns?